What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sweezy NBA channel. Today, we're talking about the top 5 contenders for the 2025-2026 NBA Championship. This season is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable seasons we've seen in years. We've got blockbuster trades, devastating injuries that shift the balance of power, and young squads trying to break through against veteran teams who know how to win in June. The Celtics and Pacers, two of last season's strongest contenders, have been hit with injuries that may derail their hopes, while Kevin Durant has officially joined the Houston Rockets, shaking up the Western Conference in a way no one saw coming. So let's break down the 5 teams I think are most likely to be holding up the Larry O'Brien Trophy in 2026. Let's start with number 5, the Houston Rockets. This team has completely changed its identity in just a few short years. A couple of seasons ago, the Rockets were still in rebuild mode, developing their young guys, taking their lumps, and figuring out who would be part of their long-term future. Now, they've added one of the greatest scorers of all time, Kevin Durant. Even at 37 years old, KD is still one of the most dangerous offensive players in the league. Last season, he averaged over 25 points per game on elite efficiency. He's not the athletic monster he once was, but his ability to get to his shots, rise up, and hit tough shots is unmatched. And for a team as young as Houston, having that type of steady veteran presence, especially in the playoffs, is priceless. The Rockets already had a strong core. Alperen Şengün is developing into one of the most skilled big men in basketball, drawing comparisons to Jokic with his passing vision and post creativity. Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith Jr. bring defensive versatility and athleticism that help balance the roster. Adding Durant not only gives them a closer in tight playoff games, but it also forces defenses to pick their poison. Do you load up on KD and risk leaving shooters open? Do you let Şengün get to work in the post? Do you give Amen Thompson open lanes to slash? It's a problem opponents will have to figure out. Now, here's the caveat. Durant's health. We know KD hasn't played full seasons consistently in years. The Rockets are going to have to manage his minutes carefully, especially down the stretch. If he's healthy in May and June, though, Houston has the potential to make a serious run. To me, the Rockets are a classic example of a high-ceiling, high-risk team. If everything clicks, they could shock the world. If not, they may flame out early. But the fact they're even in this conversation shows how quickly this franchise has turned things around into a championship contender. At number 4, we've got the New York Knicks. For years, Knicks fans have been waiting for their team to be more than just competitive. They've been waiting for a squad that can actually contend for a championship. Well, the wait might be over. The Knicks have built a roster that's tough, disciplined, and balanced on both ends of the floor. Jalen Brunson has been the heart and soul of this team, proving he's not just an all-star, but a legitimate superstar leader. Around him, the Knicks have depth at every position, solid defenders, and a culture that's all about grit and accountability. Now, there are caveats. The East is still unpredictable. If the Cavs keep rising, if Boston can somehow get healthy, or if a team like the Magic can make a late run, the Knicks could face serious challenges. There are also rumors that a superstar like Giannis could shake things up if a big trade happens. But as it stands today, the Knicks are the most consistent team in the East. They've got the star power, the chemistry, and the coaching to make a finals push. For the first time in decades, Knicks fans can realistically say, this might be the year. Now, my number 3 team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. This team was already on the rise, but last season, they took the leap into true contender status, racking up 64 wins and emerging as one of the scariest squads in the East. The Cavs' success starts with Donovan Mitchell, who's been playing the best basketball of his career. He's finally found that balance between being a high-volume scorer and a playmaker who trusts his teammates. Around him, guys like Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen give Cleveland a blend of shooting, defense, and interior dominance that's tough to match. Mobley in particular might be the X factor. He's already one of the best young defenders in the league, and his offensive game keeps growing. The Cavs will have a true two-way superstar to pair with Mitchell. What makes Cleveland so exciting is that they've built for both the present and the future. They're young enough to improve, but experienced enough to know how to win big games. Health is going to be the key, of course, because the East is a gauntlet. But with Boston banged up and Indiana losing Halliburton to an Achilles injury, the Cavs have a golden opportunity to take true control of the conference. Now coming in at number 2, the Denver Nuggets. Anytime you got Nikola Jokic, you're automatically in the conversation. The 2-time MVP and arguably the best player in the world continues to dominate games with his scoring, passing, and rebounding. What makes Denver so consistent is that Jokic raises the floor of this team every single night. This offseason, Denver made some smart moves to strengthen their rotation. They re-signed Bruce Brown, who was a key piece of their 2023 championship run. They brought in Cam Johnson, giving them more shooting and spacing. And they added Jonas Valanciunas, a reliable veteran big who can soak up minutes and provide physicality. The Nuggets did lose Michael Porter Jr., which hurts their scoring depth, but some analysts argue that the new mix of role players might actually make them a more well-rounded team. If there's one concern, it's the defense. Denver has had stretches where they give up way too many easy buckets, especially on the perimeter. In a playoff series against teams with multiple scoring options, like OKC or Houston, that could be their downfall. But let's be real. As long as Jokic is healthy and Jamal Murray is locked in, the Nuggets are one of the hardest outs in basketball. They know what it takes to win. They've been there before, and they're hungry to still prove that they're at the top of the West. Coming in at number 1 as my 2026 NBA championship best contender, the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder are one of the youngest teams to win a title in modern history, and that's what makes them so dangerous. They're not even close to their ceiling yet. With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way, OKC has a superstar who's shown he can dominate in the regular season and the playoffs. He's smooth, efficient, and just unshakable in clutch moments. Then there's Chet Holmgren, who gives them a unique defensive anchor. His length, shot blocking, and ability to stretch the floor as a shooter make him one of the most versatile bigs in the league. Add in Jalen Williams, who's blossomed into one of the most underrated two-way wings in basketball, and you've got a core that can do a bit of everything. But what makes OKC special isn't just their stars, it's their depth. They've built a roster full of guys who buy into their roles, defend, and move the ball. They can throw waves of athletic, high IQ players at you, which is exactly why they were able to outlast veteran teams in last year's playoffs. The big question is, can they do it again? Sometimes when a young team wins a title earlier than expected, there's a tendency to let up. We saw it with teams like the 2011 Mavericks or even the 2015 Warriors before they realized they could build a dynasty. For the Thunder, the challenge is proving they're not a one-hit wonder. With how balanced and well-coached they are, I think OKC has a phenomenal chance to cement themselves as the team of the future and maybe even the team of the present. Now it's your turn. Who do you guys think is the number 1 contender in the 2026 NBA season? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one for some more NBA content.